Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most anticipated late night television experience. It's the Black Table, and of course, as you know, it is the ultimate men's guide. Tonight, we've got quite a show for you, but remember, I do not do this alone because I have a cast of extinguished, distinguished, exceptional gentlemen, and I'm going to be introducing them one at a time. Of course, to my right is the phenomenal, should I say, relationship marriage coach?
Yes, sir.
Andre Ogwewele.
Thank you.
Special man who gives us, the right type of advice and guidance. Lovely to see you. It's been a minute though.
Oh yes, it has actually. It has, but everyone has been busy. But here we are again. To help you all become better individuals. Yeah.
Anyway, it's lovely to have you on the show. And of course, to my left is the man we call the eighth wonder of the world. Miles of the...
Is it showing?
Yeah. So, Miles, how's your OnlyFans page?
It's so sad. Like our subscribers reduced. We lost subscribers last week, and that money is not being made. I think I need to improve. I don't know what. I think I'm doing something wrong, but
you are definitely doing something wrong.
But I'll get there. I'll get there.
Yeah, of course. Lovely to have you. Hope you've had a beautiful week.
Beautiful. Yeah, traffic in Lagos.
Oh, bro, we'll talk about that one later. And of course, the most faithful man in Lagos.
That's me.
Portugal, to the specific. Lagos. Amazing man, filled with wisdom and wits. Of course, the Tien Gang.
Guys, cheers.
Yes, cheers. And gang, we need to cheers to something together.
To what?
We're on top of the table.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, we're on top of the table, yes.
Football fans know what that means.
Mouse has no idea, but
I was lost for a minute, but now I get it.
Anyways, he gets it. He gets it now.
Now I do get it.
I mean, so the week has been so beautiful until yesterday. I was in traffic for about 7 hours. And I really don't understand.
Traffic?
Yes.
Where were you going to? Where were you coming from?
For this week, not just but yesterday was.
Yeah, but yesterday was, for me, that was the only experience I had. I left the island to go to the mainland and spent 3 hours. And I think I left around 3, just got to the, around that time. Anyways, 3 hours. And then on my way back, I spent 4 hours. Oshodi was blocked. It was a standstill. So I had to just follow some people going through some routes. Then I turned on my Google Maps. And that was what saved me after 4 hours. If I'd just stayed put and I just, go like whatever it's going to move, I probably would have been there till midnight.
Yo.
So that wasn't a good experience.
It was crazy. I heard there was an accident that had happened somewhere, so it just created a whole gridlock. That just locked up because there were some dead bodies were not being moved, so cars couldn't pass.
Bodies.
Yeah, so some lives were lost. That was what caused some of the traffic. And you know how Lagos is.
People
one
are not
thing
patient. Yeah.
spills over to another because of our own impatience and what happens. So going to the mainland yesterday was a nightmare. Yeah. Thank God people like myself didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Plus the rain. Don't forget the rain.
Yeah.
Rain
And when it rains in Lagos,
it falls. When it rains, it does pour.
Anyways, we are going to be raining men and wisdom.
Clock it too.
Nice.
We'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll dive into the first...
It's something they say, I don't know. I just clock it.
We'll dive into the first quick fire. See you right after the short break. All right, welcome back. It's still the Black Table. On every edition of the Black Table now, we have a woman who joins us via Zoom or any other online platform. And we have a special lady joining us tonight.
Her name is Rena. Rena.
Okay, calm down. We know you know Rena. We know you know Rena.
Rena.
Fine, Rena. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. He's done the introduction. Anyways, Rena is going to be joining us in a bit. And then we'll be breaking down some of the conversations we're going to be having on the table. So today, let's start with China. China has mandated that influencers hold a degree in topics they choose to discuss. And I think it's very important that we dive into this, because in this part of the world, everyone seems to be an expert, especially the guys on X, whereby they're always, Googling and, doing all sorts of stuff, just trying to drive conversations while they're not experts. Now, Andre, I'm going to ask you, because you are an expert in a particular field.
Yeah.
Do you think the Chinese government are going too far? Or do you think that this is very reasonable and it's a page that can be taken by other nations?
Well, for me, I think it's a right step in the right direction, because you can't have, see my field for instance, you can't have someone who knows literally nothing about it giving advice about relationships or marriage. It really doesn't make any sense, right? In short, you have more fallouts than positives. Okay. So them stating that influencers talking about a specific topic, you must at least hold a degree or a certification in that topic or on that topic, then it makes more sense. It makes more sense.
So that's a yes, you agree that that's the right thing.
Yeah, as long as it's not extreme.
Okay, all right. And it's not some form of
trying to shut down
of the people.
Free speech.
Yeah.
Shutting down free speech.
You've been doing radio for donkey years. And you and I, we've done a few trainings with students before. And no matter what we do, I still don't know what you do in terms of the capacity. No, don't get me wrong. In terms of the capacity, because when you teach, I listen, I learn, but no matter how many times I listen to you, I still can't replicate it. Yeah. So do you agree that when it comes to social media, because this is really more, socials rather than, something firm and serious, do you think this is necessary?
Well, it's a form of policing. And it's almost, to an extent, I don't want to say it's a form of an attack on free speech, because when you talk about certification, you have certification and then you have people that have experience that might not be paper certified. You get me? So like in the profession that we're doing, that you said we've been doing it for so many years, what certification do we have that says we can teach people, like I can teach people radio? My experience gives me that certification.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So the problem now is it's also based on what those influencers are talking about.
Yeah.
That's another area to look at. So now, what is the penalty if you're not certified and you talk about those things? I mean, China can take things to certain extremes. So I support it to an extent, because a lot of people are just gullible and they take information from just anybody.
Yes.
But that is the reason why sometimes people put out disclaimers before, like I've seen certain podcasts, certain discussions whereby they start off by putting on disclaimers and tell you that the people that are giving you this information are of this.
Yeah, but you see, those are people who are knowledgeable. Like on socials, we know you can find all sorts right now. People giving terrible advice.
Exactly.
So again, I kind of understand why that should happen. But like I said, as long as it's not extreme. So things like that need to be mitigated.
All right, Miles, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, cool. So China said influencers. Who are influencers? People who are well known, probably celebrities. But they don't necessarily have the certification, like Gang said. So if I'm an influencer, I can just tell anybody, like, please, I use XYZ toothpaste. It works for me.
That's giving an opinion.
Buy it. Right? That doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, I know about this. I'm a dentist. I understand why you should take this or not take this. So if they are influencers, a lot of people are influencers right now. So are you telling me that now that a Davido can't advertise a certain kind of drink because he didn't make it, or he doesn't?
Hearing the mistake, right? From what he stated, right? When you are discussing certain topics, giving an opinion about an item or a situation is a different ballgame.
But that's some form of endorsement.
Pella discusses almost everything, and he knows almost nothing about it.
But does that make it right? So, in what context? When you look at Pella, I think he can be funny. Maybe not all the time, but he can be funny. So, and I feel most of his followers understand the type of conversations he's pushing out there.
Hopefully.
But then when you really think about what influencers do, they influence and they shape people's minds and
decisions.
So that's where the fear comes from, because human beings are so gullible that's why you've seen messages when people say, don't let your parents see this on WhatsApp, because some people just believe whatever it is they get. But now the problem here is that there's some influencers that they know they're doing a parody, a mockery of certain things.
Yeah.
They know that they're giving you fake stuff,
Yes.
but that is their character. Some people might come from a skit or a comic way to just tell you, and they expect you as a normal human being to know that this isn't real.
Yeah.
That you shouldn't believe us. We're telling you trash. But there's some people that whatever they get from the media is real to them.
Exactly.
So that's the fear. A lot of people just take things as they see it and just believe it's either the end of the world or this person told me to jump off a bridge.
Yeah.
So people need to be held responsible for their actions.
Yeah,
so I get where they're coming from this, but it's a thin line between
Yes, it
freedom
is.
of speech and how you
policing.
And policing, yeah.
Okay, thank you, gang, for that. On this note, we take a quick break, and when we return, the Black Table continues. Welcome back. So joining us on the Black Table this evening is Senator Ned. Oh, okay, sorry. There's a man at the bar now here. His name. It looks like a senator. You know, this really looks interesting. Yin
Black
and
and
yang.
Yeah.
That's my man.
Angel.
It doesn't always work
Angel
that way.
Papa and God.
You know, it doesn't work that way, sir. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, the navigator, Deck Imafidon.
All right, good evening, Lagos. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate you guys. And I apologize to the house and my producer, by the way. Good afternoon, sir. That's actually beautiful, everyone.
Anyways,
Vote for me.
At this point, we'll do a substitution.
Okay, come and take your seat.
Oh, sorry, sir.
But first, your punishment is that you stand here for about a minute. While Miles here takes off his microphone.
See what the men of the Black people are doing to me. Bullying me.
We want everyone to see.
We need to, producer, sir, we need to talk
that's
about
why
bullying
next week.
See.
We need to do
There's only
bullying
one thing
next
I want
week.
to say. There's only one thing I want to say.
Yes.
Which is, you see, this guy, he travels around the world. He's never late to the airport. Wait, calm down. I want to cast you.
Why you doing
Make I cast you.
It's too late, man.
But he's late. He's late to today.
Now, why are you doing like this?
But they come black table, they
When
come.
come like that, I be like Senator, true.
See this guy.
Like, okay, at this point,
He go fit
we will
me.
vote for you.
You go fit me.
I'm not going to sit down. I beg.
Thank you, sir. Sorry,
If you do anyhow,
the Black table, sir.
if you do anyhow here,
Yeah, that's why
you
it's
see
the black
anyhow.
table now. We're being real. You came late, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she
You
said.
guys are
But-
supposed to be helping me.
Oh,
What?
God, sit.
But
We help
Miles,
you. We help you.
thank you. All right, bye, 8 Wonder. Anyways, thank you very
never do
much,
that to you,
Miles, for being a sports about it, and of
Yeah.
course, Deck.
Thank you so much for
I want to say some things, but you really look good.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, you do.
That's interesting. I mean, sometimes I think I should actually dress like this so that people know that I'm not a irresponsible gentleman.
In fact,
You know.
you've challenged me. Next week, I'm going to wear agbada.
Bashiri. Let's do this.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact,
Let's do this.
everybody should wear
What's the
agbada.
big
I'm trying to imagine.
Yeah, let's
Everybody
do
should
that.
wear agbada.
Yes,
Andre,
I'll give you guys
myself,
another color of
Deck,
Agbada.
and of
next
course,
week.
gang.
Let's do
Okay.
that.
Yes,
Let's do that.
We can do it.
Agbada P.
So they can call of us Yoruba demons.
Ah.
The only funny thing is that I'm the only Yoruba person here. Anyways,
I'm a Yoruba person. No, what I say?
you be
No, I mean
you are confused. You are
no.
confused.
My mom is actually Lagosian.
I
I've said
know,
this several
I
times.
know.
Okay.
They-
This is political ambition we are talking about. Let's be
That's your
saying it
mom.
so that they can know.
Uncle, that's your mom now.
That's your mom,
Yes,
bro.
but I am actually from Lagos, from Ojo.
No.
No, your
Where's
dad
your
is-
dad from?
Where's your dad from?
My dad is also from kind of Lagos.
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah,
Lagos.
kind of. But I mean,
So you're kind
my
of
dad
Lagosian.
support
So now let me not bust
political-
your mind, right? My dad is actually from the Yoruba speaking part of Benin. Did you know that there was a Yoruba part of Benin?
You don't have to tell us. We know
Yeah,
about
so
it,
that's
yes?
Benin.
Yeah, so just so you know,
So you're from Benin.
that is the area of
That's-
Benin that was in Lagos.
Okay, but it was found in Benin. Okay, so
But
you're
I'm a Benin
Benin.
person. I'm very proud to be a Benin boy. So all the songs that people are saying, yes, I'm a Benin boy. I'm from Edo State, Usain to be precise,
Okay,
and I'm also from Ojo.
so you
Lagos.
should be proud. I'm from Edo State also, so yeah.
You know, at this
Well, yeah.
point,
Frat boys.
Our language different. Small.
Oh,
At
different, small.
at this
Wesley.
point, I will just say Gang and I were citizens of the world. And then we'll get on to our second quick fire tonight, which has to do with Senator Ned Nwoku, that
Okay.
says men should marry more than one wife, stating that he pities men with one wife. And of course, this got everyone talking. giving different opinions and all of that. I know what you say, so I will start with you.
Exactly.
I'm going to start
So,
with Dek, who just joined us. Dek, do you agree with what the senator said?
I had a conversation with a friend of mine who lives in the United Kingdom over the week, and this guy was talking about the fact that, dude, you can literally do absolutely anything you want. You can have children here, you can have children there, as long as you are responsible for them, you can do that.
Okay.
And this guy kept going on and on and on about this, and I didn't understand why he was very comfortable doing that. Now, this is somebody who actually has a child with a lady in Nigeria, has a child with a lady in Ireland, and has impregnated another white girl in the UK.
He's talking from experience.
So he's talking from his understanding.
Experience, no, not understanding. No, experience is different from understanding.
I get it. I'm trying not to say that he's from experience, because I'm just, and I'll tell you why I'm starting from here.
Okay.
Because it is so shocking to me that he can be comfortable saying something like that when he knows that it is very intricate for him to be in that position. So why would you think that that's okay for you to, for it to be an advice that you would give to someone like me, who is literally begging God, please, this small marriage that I have, help me keep it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then you're saying that to me. Now, let me relate it to this whole Nedwoko matter. You see, what you must understand about marriage is like a type of water that works for a specific type of body. What that means is simple. So for some people, if you drink dirty water, it goes well with you.
Okay.
Some people, if you take clean water that has just a little bit of, sediment in it, it will affect them. For some people, if they take clean water, they will be okay. For some people, if you drink small contaminated water, it is finished.
Okay.
So it is important to understand that what works for Ned Nwoko may not work for Olamide.
Okay.
No, it will not work for me.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But what you must also understand is that it varies. Because Olamide, if you have the kind of money that Ned Nwoko has, it might work for you.
Well,
just at the same time, if you have that kind of money, it also might not even work for you as well. And so what you must understand is that, a lot of people who come out and say that, if you marry different, like we marry multiple amounts of women, and that would invariably give you peace. He's speaking from what he thinks is right.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
So the question
it's not
is,
particularly
do you
right.
think
I don't feel like marrying 3-4 wives would make me better.
Okay. So
no,
you
I don't agree.
Yourself,
I don't
now.
agree to that.
I'm going to come to Andre after I ask Gang what his thoughts
That's
are.
fine. That's
because
fine.
I know where Andre is going to come from, and I have a few questions I want to ask you too.
Let's go.
Okay, so Gang, what are your thoughts over this?
I've noticed a lot of things. It's clear that when certain men feel they've reached a certain point or status in their life, and like what you were saying, in terms of their influential, financially, they're sound and whatever, they can make these kind of remarks when they've messed up because they are men. And they speak from a blind perspective because usually when the tables are turned, you don't feel your woman should be able to
do the same thing.
Have multiple things here and there.
Yeah.
It's funny, I saw a reel during the week that said smart men don't get married. That's another story for another day.
That's another angle.
Do you understand? But the fact that you want people, I think people don't understand marriage and what's in it. So they just do trial and error, get into it, now find out that this thing isn't working in a certain way and find ways to modify it to suit them.
Okay.
If that makes sense. If you study marriage, if you understand what marriage is about, you would know that you cannot introduce third parties. You know that is even more stress for a man.
Third parties, like a threesome?
Like an extra wife.
An extra
Like a
wife,
second
an extra
wife.
person.
Oh, you should have been which third party?
Third party.
So that's it. So if you read, so here's the funny thing: a lot of people get into these things and try to modify it, like he said, modify it in ways that works for them.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
For
and here's
them.
the funny thing:
They customize it.
And I've interviewed people. I've interviewed second wives. I've interviewed people that had the potential to be second wives, and nobody wants to be a second wife. Do you understand?
Okay.
A lot of men don't even want to have second wives. It's when certain things present themselves that they now
Find
add that
themselves
as
in
an
that position.
option.
Okay, so thank you very much for that. I think
So,
what
but
you've
I
landed was
disagree
very
totally with
important.
what he's saying.
Yeah. Okay. So now to you, it's your field, it's your territory.
Yeah.
But I want to start by asking you that: is there anywhere in the Bible?
Yeah.
Because I want to start from that point. Then we can now go to what we do traditionally in this part of the world.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere in the Bible that states that a man should be with one woman as husband and wife?
The Bible says it all the time. Constantly. Man, woman, a man shall leave his
Father and
parents
his mother.
and
they will
cleave
cleave
to-
to his wife, not wives.
not his girlfriend,
Yes,
not
but
wives.
in the same
Not
Bible,
wives.
but in the same Bible,
Yeah.
a lot of the important.
Now you're talking the Old
You
Testament.
see, that's it. I
See,
don't want us
you're
to.
talking about,
but it's still the Bible.
But that's what it is. See,
It's still the Bible.
yes, but you see, the repercussion of that singular act is one of the things we're facing today. So there's always a repercussion for everything. You marrying more than one wife, feeling that you have peace, but they never have peace.
But we don't know that.
Ned
Ned seems to be
Ned has
enjoying.
peace.
Yes,
He does?
like wife number
With-
one is not working. He
With
goes
the,
to
with
two.
the
So he's not working,
controversy
goes to
that
three.
is going on, he has peace.
Yeah, but
never
you heard
have
the man.
peace.
You heard the man. He says like he pities men who have just because there has to be balance. That's
You
what
see,
that's
he's
what I
trying
said,
to
there has
see,
be
he's trying
balance.
to justify
Yeah.
what he's doing. That's it. They call it an entitlement mentality, right? When it comes to infidelity recovery, right?
But when do women take accountability for this? Because
How?
because
how,
yes,
how do you
because
mean?
he's married to 4 women, I believe.
Yeah, and they all agreed.
And they all agree to it. So the only person that I can really excuse from this is the first wife, and every other person who has agreed to do it in.
No, you can't excuse the first wife. Actually,
Why not?
is she still married to him? Is she? Then you can't excuse her.
Why not?
Because she chose to stay.
She chose to stay.
Yeah.
So you said she shouldn't stay?
Yes, she should not stay.
Why not?
Union between a man and a woman, not a third party.
Yeah.
He brings in a third party.
Yeah.
Then a
Now-
fourth.
And then a fourth.
Then a fifth.
And then a fifth.
So my question now,
So the
this is going to be
the
different. So
vow-
what if she shouldn't stay? What should she do? Because
Get a divorce.
Yeah, but here's the funny thing. Biblically, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
If she chooses not to stay,
Yeah, she has every right to.
can she remarry
Yes, she can.
as long as her husband is still alive?
As long as she divorces him. There's a divorce.
Finalizes the
Yeah.
divorce.
Once there's a divorce, she can remarry.
Okay, so we've talked about Christianity. Let's talk about the Islamic religion that also,
Allows it.
allows for a man to take multiple wives as long as he can love them equally
Can I?
and take
Yeah,
care
yeah,
of
sure.
them. Yes, please go ahead.
So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I'm quite familiar with the whole Islamic religion, and my wife's father was actually Muslim.
Okay.
But my wife was actually Muslim. Her surname used to be Ibrahim. And
So you say was, so she's a
well,
Christian
she's
now.
a Christian now.
Okay,
yeah.
she converted to your religion.
So the thing is, she didn't convert because her mom was actually a Christian. So she
Oh.
grew up as a Christian,
And
but
a
she
Muslim.
had to do the wulimon and all
Of
of that
course.
for the father. Now, my wife's dad had just one wife. He never married another wife,
Okay.
but he had.
Yeah, contemplating if to say certain things.
Trying to pick it up. Before you joined, we said the slogan for today is, mind your language.
Yeah,
At this
mind
point,
your
we're
language.
throwing
Mind
it away.
your
Mind your
language.
language. Just
So
say it.
okay, you know what?
No, just
it's
skip-
not in
just
my
skip
it's
that.
not in my place to say, but I mean, like
It's in your place. You have extra
You
marital-
planted
he
the
actually
seeds
did
elsewhere.
So
Yes, I simplified it.
He played in the local league and Champions League.
you know what I'm saying? You know what? Let me just talk about what I
Exactly,
wanted
yeah.
to say. So the thing is this, right? So in Islam, right? A lot of the time people say that Islam allows you to marry several wives. But they leave out the clause that says that you must treat and love
Love
those
them
wives
equally. Yeah.
And that's never the case.
It cannot. You can't. How do you want to love people?
But let me
can't.
ask you this
You can't.
question.
You can't.
You know what? And the reason I want to ask you, do you love children equally? if that's a yes, it's possible for a man to
I don't
love.
have multiple children, so I
Oh,
don't know
No,
if
I'm
I'm
just
Actually,
you don't know about the ones outside, but
actually,
it's
you
fine.
do. actually, you do. Because you have a favorite, right? Doesn't mean you love the other one lesser.
less.
Exactly.
So
So that's
thank you.
so that's where I
that's
wanted to
a
come from.
misconception
I
a lot
wanted
of
to come
people
from the
have.
fact that even with siblings,
Yeah.
even with your parents, you love your father in a different capacity than you love your mother. but you love
Exactly.
them
So isn't
both.
it possible for a man to love multiple women and have those?
It's possible, but the society doesn't allow us to do that.
Why?
No,
The
but
society.
herein lies
Men
the
is married
thing.
to 4 women.
No, but herein lies the thing, right? When it comes to marriage, the union between party A and B, you can't love C the way you love B. It seems
It's not possible.
possible.
Okay. So before we go on a break,
But
it's
can you
a
love
no
C
to
more?
you. It's a no to
Yeah.
you. No
Yeah.
for wives. No to you.
Yeah.
No to you.
Yeah.
No
It's
to
a
you.
huge no.
It's a yes to me. Men should marry multiple wives if they can. If
But
they
it's
can
actually
afford it.
important. See, I like the fact that you said what you said, because what you see, we need to be very balanced in our opinions on the table.
Okay.
Because like I said,
If it
what
works for you, it works for you,
may not work for me, and what works for me might not work for you.
Yeah,
That-
and
the
I can-
truth is,
I can say this
some
because-
people it works for them. That's the
thing is,
truth.
My
But
grandfather
lies,
had many
but herein
wives,
lies the thing.
and he lived long enough.
Because it
so-
works for you, does it make it right? See,
Okay,
you
so
see,
the thing-
now we've thrown away when it comes to morals and things like
No, I
that.
don't-
So the
it
question,
works for me,
the question was not.
can take
the
it.
question was not whether it's right. The question was, Ned has said that men should marry multiple wives.
so that he can have backup. So that when he's
but
being
you know what,
accused,
we'll go on a break now.
Okay.
But I just want to say this. Traditionally, before the introduction of the Islamic religion and Christianity, there were many cultures in Africa, in Nigeria, where men took multiple wives based on their capacity, based on their wealth, and based on their title. At this point, I'm not going to argue anymore. We're just going to go on a quick break. When we return, we are going to be talking about something a bit tragic, something a bit sad, and hopefully on the table we'll be able to discuss it and give light to it. All right, see you right after the short break.
The capital punishment for kidnapping is death. And some of these kidnappers are caught. And yes, they are caught. Some of them get caught. I will give credit to the Nigerian police, at least to that point. I have information that some of them get caught. We don't hear anything. Whether they are being imprisoned, whether they are being executed, we don't hear anything. I think that the same way this thing makes round social media, when caught, should make round social media. And if you ask me, there should be a dedicated channel, just like Big Brother Nigeria, that is dedicated to catching some of these people that do these things and are shown public execution. They are publicly executed. Children can go to bed, it's past their bedtime. It's not for children. Put parental control on it. Because until we start executing consequences to certain actions, we cannot see the results. We want to copy China. We want to be like China, but we don't have the balls that China has.
All right, you all just watched that video, and because we have little time, I'm just going to touch on what he said, consequences.
Oh yeah, okay.
To a lot of wrongdoings. I feel this country, a lot of people get away with things, especially from the angle of kidnappers, molesters,
Rapists,
people who have done all sorts, heinous things.
Yeah.
Do you think making a public execution, do you think that would resolve a lot of things? But before you say anything, Rina has joined us on hello.
Hello.
Hi, Rina.
Hi, Rina.
Hi, Rina.
So, Rina, we've got Dek, Tien Gang. Of course, Andre is to my right. Have you been following everything we've been discussing?
Of course I have.
Okay, so we were just talking about what Williams Ochemba said in the video. What are your thoughts on public execution for convicted criminals?
Convicted kidnappers.
Kidnappers, rapists. Do you agree with him?
Capital punishment.
Okay. Okay. So in as much as it might even sound really harsh, a public execution, but for a human being, for a human being to even think of raping another human being in a case where the person dies and is left with a lot of trauma. That person has stopped being a human being. The person has even become a monster. You understand? It has become a monster. So in as much public execution seems harsh, to me, I actually do not disagree. Because for you to have that kind of inhuman thoughts in your mind, well, I think you want to be treated like a monster.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
only fair for you to be publicly executed.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Quick one. Do you agree with Nedun Oko in regards to men taking more than a wife?
Well, in that regard, when a man takes a second wife, it has to do with so many factors, so many things that may even vary in different ways. One might be because of the man's greed of wanting to have more than one woman under his roof. Or there might be a situation where there is a need to take in, another woman.
For balance.
Now, I'm not saying I want to support it because I wouldn't want my husband taking another woman after we've said our vows.
There's need for
better,
balance.
for worse.
Yeah, we have
There's
it.
need for balance.
See how she
she
put that one behind.
I give you my youth.
Okay.
You understand? I gave a man my youth, my fine, my beautiful face. I gave you all of these things for years of my life, giving you beautiful children.
So.
And when I finally reach a particular age, I find you finding somebody that was just like me.
You will be Yawagba.
Your second wife. There's a part of yourself it will kill. You might still stay in that marriage for peace or your children, but there's a part of you that dies a little bit because of what this man that thought was your all.
Dies.
But in the case, sorry.
Deep.
Go ahead.
We're
Go
listening
ahead.
to you.
Well done.
We're looking at you. Want you to be our
You are
second
doing
wife.
well.
Boy,
Yeah.
Rina, please go ahead.
it actually is the truth.
It's the truth.
Yeah. So there's so many things, and it's always because of the man, right? Okay, let's say for instance, he gets somebody pregnant.
Okay.
It happens, right? And because of everything, he has to take as a second wife. No matter what happened, your husband takes a second wife or a man marries a second wife, it affects the woman in some way or the other. She might be mature. She might have to. I feel like she might have to go through it. That might be her own cup, her own cross to carry, having a fellow wife. You understand? But my question is, taking another wife is a T, yeah. But when you see a man with 7 wives, you begin to wonder,
What's going
7
on?
wives.
what's going on?
Okay.
Or they're like karma. Okay, the first wife had the first pain, but the most person that will feel pained, I just feel like a man taking a second wife is only the benefit of the man.
Okay,
To the
quick
women,
one.
it's not a benefit.
All that thought. I'm just going to ask you
there's
this.
a lot of money
Rina,
with that.
Rina, at what point do women take accountability for choosing to marry a man who has a wife or 2 wives or 3 wives?
Who's a philanthropist?
Don't you think that to a large
Yes.
extent, women are
A
the
woman has to
reason?
take accountability for marrying
Yes,
a man.
women are the
That's
reason
what
why
you're
this happens, because if in every scenario, every situation you talk about this, and then women can choose to have a stand and say, okay, I don't want to be married to this person. I don't care if he's a billionaire or not.
Yeah.
Then this probably wouldn't be happening. Meanwhile, I'm pro marry plenty wives though.
You shouldn't even be dating a married man. Like,
So
So I have a question.
Okay,
I have
Yeah.
a brief question.
Yeah.
yeah, shoot.
If your wife dies,
Yeah.
can you remarry?
Yes, you can.
If your marriage is dead,
yeah.
can you?
When you say dead,
So that's what I'm saying. If your spouse
My
dies,
lord.
Yeah.
if your spouse dies,
This is a
you
lot.
can remarry.
It's trying to
Yes,
look for a
if
But
way.
if your marriage is dead,
Gang, you cannot marry another wife, period.
so if,
There's nothing you can do about it.
if
Stop
your
looking for
marriage
way.
is dead,
yes.
irreconcilable, right? Then get a divorce before you get married to another.
Yes.
But,
Simple. It's in the Bible.
Let's just
Get
play out
it
this
as-
scenario here.
So it's the process of divorce that's the problem.
How is it a problem? You want to marry somebody else? Then
Divorce.
do the
Do you know
needful.
how long it takes to
Guys,
get a
let's
divorce?
talk about
Yes, I
this
do.
relationship chamber. It's a very
Yeah.
important
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
It's a very
So
important
guys, we'll just take one-liners from everyone because we've got little time.
one-liners.
Yes,
It's a very
I will start with you
serious
because
issue.
you
It's a
are
very
the.
serious
It
issue.
is a serious
Yeah.
issue, but
And
what
I'll
we can do
see,
is we
okay,
can carry
you know
it
what?
over to next week.
Okay.
And discuss
Okay.
it properly.
All right. That
Because I
works.
really want to talk about this matter.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why I want to talk about it. Because this has definitely traumatized millions of Nigerians. because you don't know
Yeah.
doesn't mean that it's not happening.
Of course.
But see, like, I want to play the devil's advocate. As
Okay.
much as I understand what Williams or Chambers said,
Yes.
Yeah.
there are still many innocent people who have been picked up, locked up, jailed, convicted for crimes they didn't commit.
And that is why it's hard to give one-liners
Exactly.
based on
Exactly.
this.
Because you
that
need
was,
to
you see-
explain
You
to
see what
understand.
you're saying
Yeah.
Yes.
is literally my approach
Yeah.
to this.
Yeah.
If first, there's no due diligence, right? Once they point a finger, he did this. Now, yes, people are more emotionally or sentimental to women that say this guy raped me or something,
Yeah.
and they just run with it.
The narrative, yeah.
They just
Guilty.
run with it.
Yeah.
They do not do their due diligence. Now, if found guilty and really you did commit such crime, if the woman is still alive, right? The law says it. He goes to jail,
Yeah.
right? Not public execution.
Execution.
Why are you doing that? If the woman dies, then yes,
now a murder
that
case.
because even in the Old Testament of the Bible, right? If things like that, if rape and the girl is alive, you marry that girl and you never divorce her. But if she dies, you're executed.
Yeah.
That's the Old Testament. But the New
What
Testament
if the
now
lady doesn't
says,
want to marry the person that raped her? I mean, that's traumatizing. Why would you even suggest
Rina,
that?
that's such a lovely.
I didn't
That's
Rina,
exactly.
Rina,
Rina,
listen,
I'm with you on
I
this
did
one.
not suggest it. Hence,
Why would I want to marry my rapist?
Okay,
What if
so
it's an ugly
I'm
person?
just making reference to what the Old Testament in the Bible says.
reference, Rina.
We're making reference
it's
to
not-
an
it's
Old
not
Testament.
supporting
You
it.
also said, what if the person is alive? I mean, if somebody survived such a
You don't let us
traumatizing situation, she will want to see the person that put her, because trauma stays with somebody for the rest of their life.
My lady,
Trauma can even
Precedence.
torture someone
Precedence.
to the
Rina.
extent that the person
Precedence.
can even take their own life.
My lady,
so imagine me
precedence.
seeing my rapist
this auntie is angry.
in jail,
As
She has
in,
and he
switched
gets
off
out
totally.
because he served
she's
his
not
time.
listening to us.
Okay, Rina, we get your
Rina,
points.
So can
Thank
I,
you.
let me just
Please.
toss in a quick 2 cents.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of people are quick to say capital punishment, put this person to death, put this person to death. Death sometimes is not exactly the solution. Me, I believe some people should be made to suffer certain things. I
That's a permanent
I
solution
just watched
to a
a series
temporary
called
situation.
Monster on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing that right now too.
The Ed Gein story.
Ed Gein story,
Some
yeah.
people, I'm not trying to defend anybody.
Yeah.
Some people have mental challenges that make them commit certain acts of
Yes,
crime.
they do.
So I believe you should be alive, even if when you're put on death row, you spend a certain number of years in prison.
Yeah.
There's an extent of suffering you should go through
Yeah.
before
A
you're
mental
eventually put
thing.
to death. People
Yeah.
feel as if you rape somebody now, kill
And
the
then
person
you're
now.
just-
No.
So-
sometimes that killing is not a really solution to it. You need to suffer.
Okay, you know what, guys?
A guy
Guys,
should go
we-
to a
we
male
really
Sorry,
prison.
let me just
go
quickly
now.
say this. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we're putting it one for one. We're putting it in place of the other. Kidnapping is totally different from raping.
Of course.
Raping, totally different crime.
yes.
Kidnapping. See,
Assault, molestation.
Nigeria-
When you say
Yeah.
kidnapping,
Yeah.
say
bro,
Nigerian
listen.
kidnapping, because our own is very unique.
Now, yes, and
Yeah, it is.
I'm glad that you said the Nigerian kidnapping is very unique. The reason why the Nigerian kidnapping is unique is because government has allowed it to linger.
Yes,
Let me tell you something in Nigeria.
they're complacent.
Look, let me tell you something. Nigeria is a country that if they want something to stop today,
They will.
I can bet it with you.
Oh,
my,
God.
my amazing president will put his feet on the ground.
I
and
know
it
that
will end.
for
But you see, it's like, pouring away the baby and the water and the
bath
bath
water.
water away. And you have to be very diplomatic about the way you handle this issue. Because let me tell you something. This issue has gone way beyond what the eyes can see.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you
and-
why.
and I agree.
I'll tell you why. See,
Because-
this thing started just as Boko Haram.
And then it's turned into.
They came to kidnap those girls.
Yeah.
Till
Yeah.
today, we have not heard the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Now it is now a business venture.
Yes, yes, it is.
It's a business venture. Look, let me tell you something. We are a country that we respect deterrence. What that means is, if we see that they caught this person and they shot this person,
won't do it.
Nigerians will never try it again.
Yeah.
Okay, so on
They
that,
will never
on
try
that
it.
note, you know what? We would have to continue this conversation next
that's
week.
because consequences to actions.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So-
There was a time in this country, there was a time in this country, I'm so sorry. There was a time in this country that this Bar Beach
Yes.
was a place where they did public execution.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
will sit down like this. You see them, the army will come and shoot people that did something. So that when our parents were talking to us and they were teaching us at that time,
Yeah.
they would say that,
They will
ẹni tó bá
reference-
jalè, ọmọ apá ni. They would say that, ẹni tó bá jalè, máa lọ sí jail.
Yeah.
If they catch
So
you,
I do understand.
You understand what I'm saying?
what we're all saying, but we'll expand it next week and talk dig a bit more deeper into it. I'm just going to take 2 social media feedbacks. We have quite a lot, but I'll just take 2, and then we can do our toast of the week.
Okay.
And then just the tip will be coming from Andre.
Oh,
all right. So
great.
Tunde just said, if this no degree, no talk rule enter Nigeria, half of Instagram coaches will go missing by morning. Then at Ngozi says she supports China's rule. If you don't have a degree, stop giving health advice, I beg. Now, our friend Uche can't post his herbal tea cures again. Oh, there's a lot of that. We have so much, but because of time, we won't be able to take that. So we will be giving a toast of the
the
week.
tip first.
Let's do the toast, and
Okay.
then Andre
Then tip.
give the tip.
Okay.
So,
There you go.
Deck, you give us the toast for the week.
Oh, okay. Toast to, amazing men who are working hard and, are trying as much as possible to do good things.
Ding and yang.
Not like gang that is trying to go behind another man.
Senator, it's okay.
Let's toast to great things to happen in our
great
lives.
things happen.
Great things, that will be more responsible.
Your toast.
And
Oh,
toast,
you are.
and
Yeah,
toast to
yeah,
Reina.
yeah.
Reina, toast to
Justice
you
for
too.
women. Justice for the women.
No,
Justice,
toast.
yes.
Reina, toast
Justice
to
for
you.
toast
to you.
Toast to you. God bless
Toast
you.
to
Thank
you.
you so much. We appreciate it, man. Thank you
May
so
your
much.
husband have only one wife.
Thank you.
May you vote for me when it's time.
Okay. All right.
Why do you couldn't
Campaigns
say
come.
why
Amen.
now?
Amen. Amen.
Amen,
Amen.
amen, amen.
So, all right. Quickly, we'll take Andre's just a tip, and then we'll
just
sign
a
off.
tip.
Just the team.
Live right and stay true to oneself.
Okay.
Cheers to
All right,
that.
I
Cheers
love
to
that.
Like-
I love that. I love
Cheers
that.
to that, man.
I love that.
Cheers to that, man.
So,
Yes.
all right, Ned, I respect you and I support you. All right, on that note, we'll take.
Ned can keep deceiving himself.
On that note, we bow.
We'll wrap it up.
We
Yeah.
say thank you to the viewers and, of course, to the gentlemen who have been a part of the show.
Thank
And,
you
of
so
course, to
much.
our guest,
Namaste.
Rina, and all the people who shared their feedback on the things that we've talked about. So, till then, till next week, we would be good men.
Try to.
We will be good men.
Yeah,
That's right.
definitely.
We would be good men.
We will
We'll try to
support
be
one
good
another.
men.
We are
We will
good
support.
men.
Yes, we should support one
Yes.
another.
They say
And we'll
men
stay
don't help
faithful
men.
forever.
And we will stay, what
Amen
he
to
said.
that.
Stay
What he
faithful
said.
forever.
Yes,
All right.
we'll stay faithful forever.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, everyone. Do have a beautiful evening, and we'll see you same time next week.